Hi students, this lecture is related to journal guidelines. Uh, Once we are going to conduct research, how we manage our research folder. This is very important, how we arrange, how we can manage our research work. It can be proposal, it can be thesis, it can be project. It's extremely important uh, to manage your research folder. After going through 2-day meeting with several students, then I decided I have to make a clip for 10 to 15 minutes to guide you students while you start your research work, how you can manage your research folder. So it's not necessarily for other students, but I will recommend to my students to have to follow this approach, and it can be useful at any stage, at any level of research. First of all, here I simply go to my desktop, my computer, and you have several drives. I suppose I normally work in D drive. In D drive, I can generate a folder. Suppose this is my MS student, MBA student, whatever your level is, BBA student. I suppose I take an example of MS students. I'll generate a folder here. I suppose I generate a folder that is, I name it MS thesis folder. This is your main folder which you will be having the access. You will be working in this folder for your 1.5 year, starting from your degree to end of your degree. All about your research should be in this folder. Then I open this folder. I can have few more folders. First folder, I name it related articles, or you can name it literature review or research papers. Okay, it's up to you. I suppose I gave the name that is research articles, related articles, which I am going to read, and based on those readings I have to finalize my topic, and I have to write my introduction, my literature review, methodology, and so on. Then I will generate another folder that is related or other documents, or you can name it supporting documents, supporting documents. In related articles, you have to put all your research articles related to your topic. You can put the all articles. Then you can put the fact sheet or summary of your articles in this folder. Here will be, I suppose there are 50 articles related to your paper, your work, 20 articles, 30 articles. You simply put here, and you can number them, and you can make the fact sheet or summary, and you already know about the fact sheet, what we have to insert in the fact sheet. So the second is supporting documents. In supporting documents, you have to place all instructions which I normally share with you students. Like I always shared the initial pages. Like here are the initial pages. I have already given you students initial pages. You can change your information according to your thesis, your university. Then here are the attestation, authorship, and so on, certificate. You can change as per your research. Then dedication, if you want to dedicate your work. Then acknowledgement, these are the samples. Then here are the table of contents, table of contents. You can put the table of contents, whatever is relevant to you. Later there are list of tables. list of figures, then you are having the list of abbreviations, then there is abstract. I will suggest make this file separate with the name of initial pages, and the same file you have in your laptop, and I have already given you this file. The second file, you name it the steps to be followed. I have already given the same document to you, to all students. First of all, you have to these are the instructions, basic instruction, what will be the formatting, what will be the font size, what are the major parts. I have explained everything in detail in our classes, in our lectures, and what we have to write under each heading, what can be the maximum number of words and maximum number of pages. These are I normally recommend these cut-off points, but there are not hard and fast rules. There can be variation in the length and order of headings, but I will recommend my students you must have to follow these guidelines. Chapter 1, there are subheadings of chapter 2, how many pages and how we can write, what can be there, then what are the major parts. And then chapter 3, we have already explained each and everything in our classes. You must have to follow these steps while you are drafting your work. So chapter 3, that's research methodology for primary data. There are subparts already explained in detail. Research methodology, if you have the secondary data, everything is explained with your students. Here is chapter 4, chapter 5, then there are references. We normally follow the APA style. You have the pattern of APA style, then appendix. If you have a questionnaire primary research, you can put the instrument in this format. If you are having the secondary research, then you can place the appendix, the list of forms, list of countries, list of data, and so on. My point is what we have to place in the supporting documents. One is initial pages, second one is steps to be followed, third one is I have already shared the list of top tier journals. You can put here whatever I have given you the document to support your to improve your understanding, to support your research work. You have to put in this folder. It can help you at any time, at any stage. So our objective is how we manage our research folder. Okay, first folder is your I took the example of MS thesis. In MS thesis, I have subfolders. One is related articles, means research articles. You have to place all research articles in this folder, and you have to also place the fact sheet. You better know how we can draw the fact sheet. And supporting documents, whatever I have given you the document, you can put in this folder. There can be initial pages, there can be steps to be followed, there can be sample of fact sheet, there can be the sample of top tier journals, there can be the list of databases, there can be the other supporting documents. Whatever I have given you, there might be some videos, there might be some lessons, there might be some guidelines. You can place everything here. Then next folder is, you can create a folder of main document. In main document, so this folder deals with your main work or main document. You can change it, you can name it main work. It's the main work. So it's the main work. In this folder, you have to manage your two files. One is initial pages file, second one is your main synopsis, your main thesis, your main project. Or try to separate these all files. And you can also generate a reference file. So once you finish reading one article, and if you took some paragraphs there, and there are I assume 5 citations, then before closing that article you have to copy the references from the reference list and generate your reference list. So in this folder main work you will be having three folders. Three files. One is initial pages. I have given the sample to you. Then main work, 100% main work, you 100% must follow the steps to be followed, guidelines, their main headings, their subheadings, their font size, their everything must be followed as I have recommended and we have extensively explained in our classes. So these are the three major folders. If you normally they are used for synopsis. If you have the thesis, then you can manage a folder of data. In this folder you will be having your data files. Data files means your questionnaire, your Excel file of data, SPSS file, MOS file, eViews file, your Excel file, your financial statements data, everything should be in the data file. So it varies from stages to stages. If you are on the synopsis phase, you will be having these three folders: supporting documents, related articles, means research articles, and main work. In related articles, research articles, all research papers should be there. Main work, all your three main files: initial pages file, then main document, either it's synopsis and or thesis, whatever you are in this stage. So, and third one is references. Once these all files are completed, then you can compile into single file, but I will be suggesting initially you have to keep three different files and put the relevant information in relevant file. So while you are drafting your main document, I am suggesting again and again you must have to follow these steps to be followed, guidelines, and I have also shared this video with you. Everything is detailed discussed. So if you want to write the background of your research or your paper, just listen this part, background, what we have to write, the background, in the background, and the same information is here. You can listen carefully. This you can read many times. You have to read many times this, what we have to write under the heading of background. Then you can listen the same from the video. I have already shared the link with you students, and if you work heading to heading, then you will never face problem. First you have to try to understand what we have to write and what is required under each or particular heading. That will, you can manage it nicely. At the end of the day, things will be very clear and you will be more satisfied. So the third next is data. As I have explained, in the data folder you can place your SPSS file if you are having the primary research, SPSS MOS, Excel sheet, questionnaire. If secondary research, there might be strata files, there might be eViews file, Excel files, and so on. And your financial statement data, everything should be related to data should be here. Then you can manage another folder that is related to analysis. So here you can manage your folder with analysis. Even you can give the numbers. For example, it's your 1 main work. Then I can give 022 articles, means research articles. 03, I suppose it's supporting documents. It's up to you, whatever you want to keep the order, it's up to you. Then this stage is data. You can put the data 04 and analysis, that is the 05. So in analysis you will be having all analysis outputs from the softwares. Then you can generate a file here. I have already shared the analysis samples. If you don't have, then you can ask me. I will share the different samples. For example, primary data analysis, secondary data analysis, panel data analysis, pool data analysis, time series data analysis. Either it's questionnaire based data analysis, then ARDL approach, GMM approach, dynamic panel approaches, static panel approaches. I have the samples of each and every data analysis files. If you are required, I will share with you. But as I understand, I'm teaching uh, MBA students, MS students, as well as I'm supervising the MS thesis. They are all are in synopsis phase. So you have to keep first three folders because you are not in the phase of data and analysis. You have to keep these three folders. So in our tomorrow meeting, I will be having, I will, every student must be having your folder, arrange your folder at this style, at this pattern. So uh, because today I observed there was mess. One file was on desktops, other file was in D drive, next file was in mobile, and the other thing was other file was in your WhatsApp. But I want to keep these all files in this order to save time, and the everything will be smooth. So I think I have explained everything in detail. You have to manage your folder in our tomorrow or next meetings in this format. So I have created folder in D drive for your ease. This is your main folder which you will be having access. You will be working in this folder for your 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years, whatever the degree time is required for your degree. So I click here and this folder I send to the desktop. I desktop create a shortcut. I have created a shortcut. Then I never need to open this from the D drive. Here is a folder, shortcut folder. So I will simply click here, and whatever the folder I want to access, you can access the folder. So so you have to manage your folders in tomorrow meeting, day after tomorrow meeting, and every meeting. I wanna have your main thesis arrangement in this pattern. So as we know that well organized is half solved. So you have to well organized your research work. Your research is all about planning. It's all about planning and how you arrange your things, how you manage your research folder, and it will everything will be in single at the single place, at the at single folder. Then you will be there will be no mess, and there will be less confusion to mix the files. So I wish you best of luck. I see you in tomorrow meeting, and I wanted to have your folders in this pattern. Thank you very much. God bless you. So I will be suggesting, so must follow this video as well as steps to be followed, guidelines.